I've not been on for a while because I've been working with the Dalek. As you can see, the Dalek. I've been working with the Dalek, and if you've seen any of my vlogs, you'll see that I've already finished the Dalek I was doing, and I was having a lot of problem with the neck section, the piece that goes on the top of here. So this section up here, this section up here. You know, how am I going to do it? How can I get these square bits in there easier so it all works? I wasn't sure. I was going to go through a cladding idea, but all different ideas. I actually did film the video. I filmed the video, but I thought it's not going to work. It's just going to be too fiddly. If anybody else wants to follow my footsteps in making these or are interested in them, it'll be too fiddly. So I've decided to vacuum form this top section here. This is this section here. Vacuum form it. I don't know if you can see it in the light. I think in the black plastic. That will sit on top of the Dalek like so. It's all done, it's all cut out, and it's got its base on there. And then I also vacuum formed the next section that will go on top of that as well. It's hard to see in the black light, it's vacuum formed, that bit will get cut out. Now go inside the black piece in here. The black piece inside here, that's what this is going to be. This section here is going to be. That's what that's going to be. And this section here, you can see there, that's going to be bits of guns. The idea is to trim all this out, cut it all out, cut this section here away, which is quite easy with a knife, and then slide that inside there. That comes out both sides. Yeah, for your guns. It'll be easy to show you. I'm going to quickly go through that, making that now. I'm going to cut these out now, and I'll run you through that and how I do it. It'll come like that. All you do is just trim out the edge there, put a base there, base at the bottom, as you'll see when I've done it, and then just a case of rubbing down, tidying up, then that will sit on top of that. So that's why I've stopped making the Dalek. Although the Dalek I was making is finished, I went the longer way around, and then I thought it's not going to go that way. So in the end I cut one of these out, made one of them, did it that way. You'll see on my first vlog video of the Dalek. In fact, hang on here, I'll be gone for 1 second for you, but a couple of seconds for me. I'll get the Dalek and show you. Back again, and there it is. This is the finished Dalek here. As you can see, it's very detailed and it's very, very well scaled, the Dalek. This is the one I was making to start off with, and I thought to finish it off, just finish it so I can find a better route of making it to make it easier for anyone else that wants to make one themselves. I'm actually making this one, the next one, it's going to be a grey Dalek. These will extend up a bit more, but you can take that out if you want to take that out, it may extend higher or even more. Guns were made, let me get the camera down, show you a better detail, closer up. Hold on 1 second. See, the guns were made out of wire, just bend into shape to get that look fiddly, but it's done. Very well scaled Dalek. It's perfectly scaled to the original plans of the original TB, in fact all the Daleks. So that's the one I was making. On Dalek, making Dalek number 1 and number 2. This is that Dalek. Okay, right before it cuts. So I'll do a vacuum form of the head in 1.5 millimeter plastic, which is quite a tough plastic. I'll do a vacuum form of the head, and I'll show you me doing that so you can see how I do that anyway. And that's it. All of these sections here, I make moulds of them. I make resin moulds of all of them. I pop them all out, like so. So all these little black bowl bits here, there's a proper name for them. Maybe if you know the proper name for them, you can put them spheres, I don't know what you call them, something like that. I normally resin fill that up, spray up the colour I wish for, and I'll just stick it inside there. Just pop it inside there afterwards. Just pop it in, glue it in place. This is going to be a light grey Dalek, very similar to the colour it is now, but a shiny grey. Like this is the Dalek that these are the Daleks that John Pertwee had little issues with. So in a couple of weeks' time, I expect to have 2 Daleks sitting here. That's where we're going to be when it's finished. I'm going to get these cut out. We're going to get us down that street. Like I said, I did do the video of what I was doing. I'm going to speed that right up, and I'll stick it on this video, and you'll see that what happened until I decided, no, let's go down this route. So anyway, keep tuned in. I should be back in 2 seconds. I'm just going to put this boy back in his cabinet with the 1/6 figures, and I'm going to be cutting these things down, and stick the bits on there. I'm just going to quickly run to the laser machine because I need to cut out supports from there and a support to go in the base here. And I think the supports for that as well. I can check, see where it is. And then that'll be that. So I'll be back in a very short while. You won't have to wait too long. It'll be in a couple of seconds for you, and put this guy away, and we'll get making the next one. Right, I've been to the laser machine and I've cut out all the parts I need. I want these sections here. Although I've got a vacuum form of the shoulders, I still want to make sure it sits straight at the right height. It'd be hard for me to stick that in there and judge exactly if it's straight or not. So the idea is to stick that in the place down there, put the supports in there that would normally go inside there, and make sure that sits dead flat to where that should be. To make sure it just sits how it's measured to fit. So I need to rub these down. I need to rub this down, rub all that down. I'm not going to build them in the way. These are going to be the insides of this, really, but I'm not going to have them like that and just have an opening there. For that, the same as that, I want to make sure that's the right depth and the right height for that. So they'll go inside there. So I'll cut this out. I'm going to cut these out of here first. In fact, like I said, I've already done all this before with the last Dalek. So I'm going to quickly throw on here, as I start cutting this out here, what I did. I'm going to speed up really fast so you can see I actually did do it, and I was actually going ahead and continuing the making of the Dalek. But anyway, I'll show you that now. That's going to come on now. As soon as I finish, we'll be back here again, and I'll have these cut out for you. Right, this is what happened. Right, welcome back. So you would have seen that video that I've been busy, and then I just put an end to it and thought, let's go down a new route. And this is the new route. So far while you've been watching that, I've trimmed out the neck piece that will be sitting on top of the Dalek up here. I need to have some sort of support So when I sit it on there, it sits flat on there. That's why I built this section here. Now this section here, excuse me, I'm not going to put this section of the support in. I don't think I need to put that in. I'm going to use that to guide the top pieces, which I cut out, which is about somewhere. In the other room. And then I'm going to leave this section off. And I'm just going to put that in and let that play the role of that section. So it sits in exactly how far it should be sitting into. Because I had an issue when I did my Dalek that it was a little bit longer than it should be. Not that much that it would notice, but that much that my measurements would be out millimetres. If we just get a couple of parts, I'll be straight back to you. Right, so I've had to shoot off and get these parts here. Right, I'm not going to put the front piece. These pieces that go in here, sections that go round here, like so, they'll stand up there like that. I'm going to put them in place, but I'm not going to put the front piece on. I'm going to leave that off because we want it clear for when we feed the gun holders, or whatever this section is called. We want that section clear for when we feed that in. Okay, we don't want nothing in the path. That will hold the strength in the front. I'm just going to stick these sections here on the side, there and there, and on the back, there. And that should pretty much straighten up. I'm going to bring these round more here, rather than on the side there. So I'm going to glue them onto that, there. I'm not, now these, the neck, that's the shoulders. The neck section, the section here, I'm going to do the same with that. I'm not going to put these together like that, like I did with the original Dalek. I'm just going to cut a section off and leave the middle bit free, so I can feed a tube down there. Like so, just put the supports up the side of the tube, and then that tube will connect to that, so I know exactly that that's dead centre at the bottom. So that's dead centre exactly at the bottom. Plus, when the head comes on, I'm going to put the head on there. That will be lined up dead straight as well, because it needs to be dead straight. And then that will be sitting on top of there when that goes in place. And that time comes. So I need to cut them out, I need to glue them on there, which I'll do that now. Let me get my glue. Make sure it's coming out, because I've not used it in a while. Nothing worse than having the glue not coming out. It's coming out, that's okay. Right, make sure we get the right ones here. The glue's the same. Right, the two, that's the same. I'm going to stick up the front here. Dollar bit of glue on the side of that, and then stick that about there, probably as close as I can to the middle, right there. As long as these bottom bits are all in place, then that should be sitting dead straight virtually. Looking to do that, so I don't think I bothered with the one I made. I didn't do this, like, you know, but when I put it together, I wish I did. I was cursing myself that I didn't do this, as it is very fiddly trying to get the bottom of that dead straight. I had a few little issues when I put my one together there, but by doing it that way, I could spot the issue straight away. Let's go on there, that's that done. Put it there like that. And once that's all glued and set, and I'll glue the tops of these, and by the time they're done, this will be trimmed out. Right, that's going to be put to one side for now. We don't want to touch that no more. Move it over there, out of the way. Now I'm going to do the neck next. So I can rub it all down, because it all needs to be rubbed down around the edges. Same as that, rub down around the edges, tidied up, so it's dead straight. So with these, I'm just going to cut them. I'm just going to cut them with my ruler there, and a knife for cutting. There. I'm just going to go there, doesn't matter how great it is. Be careful using this, don't cut yourself. It's always a downer in the middle of making a model that you go to the hospital. One swipe, and away you go. This plastic I use is really good stuff. I'm going to stick a link at the bottom of this video if you're interested in buying. This comes in sheets, I'm not sure what size it is, but if you go onto the website and just click on plastic sheeting, you'll see all the plastic sheeting they do there. I use it all the time. It's great stuff. It's really good plastic. I buy it, I think a sheet costs £1.50, all depends on how thick the sheet is. They're different thicknesses, all different thicknesses. They do clear, they do white. Like I said, if you're cutting on a laser machine, I find it cuts really well with the blade. Just cuts straight through it. With the white sheets, it tends to melt it. It's just, you know, you sort of lose a bit of when it melts, it shrinks slightly, so you could lose a millimetre on the actual melting of it. And once I've got that all sorted out, I'm just going to give these a rub down on the sides like that, just so the glue will set when I get to that point. Bottoms have already been rubbed down, tops have already been rubbed down. Get the I'm not going to put the top piece, is not going to go in. We're not going to use that. Sit that in the bin. That's out of business. Now we're just going to glue these in position. Glue comes out. It is. So it was just, as it's just a display thing, I didn't bother with the whistle and flutes. Right, while that's drying, I'm going to let that set dry, a couple of hours for it to dry, or a little bit of time for it to dry. I'm not going to add this piece in there, but we need to cut this out. We need to get this cut in. Now it's going to get a bit fiddly doing the cutting of this. You've got a good sharp knife. Take your time, don't rush it. Don't rush cutting this bit out. Like, in fact, you don't even need to cut it all out. You just give a rough hole there. It doesn't have to be a great cut, to tell you the truth. It should be a square there. But nobody's going to see this part of the Dalek. And the plastic's quite, you know, the plastic's light enough for you to be able to cut it with a pair of scissors if you want to cut it with a pair of scissors. But when you get to the gun section, which I'm going to do in a second, you cut the scissors there, I'm going to do that bit there. Now, this section here doesn't matter. It's not going to be seen. Once it's glued together, it's not going to be seen, so it doesn't matter. Once that goes in place, nobody's going to see that. Okay, nobody can see that there at all. So it doesn't matter how great and tidy that looks on the top there. You can tidy that up as much as you like. Just rub off the old rough edges off it, so you don't catch yourself on anything. Now when the time comes and that's ready, we must be dropping that in place there. And that will give you an exact measurement. Once they all go pushed down in place there, that should give you an exact distance to where that should be. Down a bit more to get it to sit down lower. It doesn't matter again if we have any overlap on this section here. It's got to be rubbed down here. I don't need to sit flush from there. Like that. Once that's sitting flush in there, let's just straight. I don't know if that will sit in there. See if that will go in there. To support it. Yeah, I might stick that on there. I might leave that on. I'm going to stick these on. This just will support it a bit more. And it looks like it will fit in there, so we'll do that to strengthen it a bit more. When the time comes and we put this all in place, we'll put plenty of glue around these sections here. Hopefully they'll touch the sides and they'll glue down good and strong. Hopefully. Okay, we put them in place and we just push them to one side and that's set. There, that's set there. Now the fiddly part, and it's going to be fiddly doing this section, you've got to cut these sections here out. I should have done this in white so you can see these sections have got to be cut out here. That is fiddly. You have to really take your time with that. I've also, since I've made this section, I've made the gun section larger than this. I don't know if you can see it there. I made the gun section larger than where it should be, so we need to cut up. It will sit there, but it needs to cut up higher than what it is here, just to get that section there. So I'm going to get started on that. I'll let you watch. I might have to speed it up so it'll take on. This plastic's a bit tough once it's been melted. So we're going to get stuck into this now. Like I say, take your time, don't rush it. And always remember, if you're making something from scratch, like we are the Dalek, it doesn't matter if you make a mistake. Because you're making it from scratch and there's nothing to start off with. And always remember, so if something goes wrong, you cut it wrong, or you cut too far, you cut too far down, whatever, we're going to be using filler, we're going to be using everything, so it's going to be repaired. So no matter if you make a mistake of it, or you go wrong with it, don't panic, because it's going to be we're going to repair it. Because there's nothing to start with. When we started this model, there's nothing to start with. So you making the slight slip on the knife, make no difference. But just be careful, because we can't replace your finger. Just take your time, just put a couple of lines in like I'm doing this, lightly, just make a line, just keep going over there, don't push too hard, just make a nice light line across there. Now we need to have a line here to follow, here, we need to have a line there to follow there. I'm going to do the ruler there, and then come up there. Lightly again. Mind your fingers underneath. My fingers are underneath, but my fingers up here. I've got another finger up here. One here, one here. No fingers around this here at the back. I have another finger here, finger up here, over there. Again, nice and easy. Just keep going over it slowly like that. It can be tidied up afterwards. We're going to put a filler on it. It's going to be filled. Tidy it up. Keep running it under the plastic like that. Now it's starting to go through it now. Once it goes through it, just keep taking your time. Taking your time. And you can get to a point where you probably bend it like that. There we go. Give it a few bends. We're off that side there. Now we already run a line at the bottom, so we probably get away with a bend there, and that's done. And that's pretty much through it there, that's how we through it. And eventually we'll get that cut through, and that'll slide straight through and come out the other side like that. And the idea is it'll come out the other side like that. Then we'll put the backing parts on there, which is going to be a bit flimsy or fiddly, but it'll be more in scale. The backing parts over here I've not put on yet. They've got the back somewhere around there, something like that, or like that, somewhere, I don't know. I'll have to check. That's what we're going for, that's what we're aiming for. So we're going to cut the other side out the same. Doesn't matter if you go over, doesn't matter. Just take your time cutting it out there. You can tidy it up afterwards with your nail files. And give it a nice tidy up afterwards. It's going to be filled. Remember, it's going to be filled, so it doesn't matter if you make a mistake. It doesn't matter if you scratch a bit. It doesn't matter at all. Right, I'm going to get this bit here done. I'll be speeding that up there so you can go watch it go through all again. And be here in a second. And that's what we're looking for at the end of the day. That's what we want. We're working to the bottom of the Dalek, so don't see the side slightly cut higher. But I'm not interested in that, I can fill all that. We're just working about on the height of the Dalek like that, or from the bottom up. So this piece has got to be touching the bottom. As long as the bottom's straight, we're okay. And that's going to be that, like that. So once that's all cut out, I'm going to just tidy it all up now. Just try to give it a bit of a tidy up with a good old filing. A decent file, that'll do. Just get right through with the get rid of that lip on there, really. Okay. Doesn't matter about the lip from there. It's going to be filled. It's going to be filled there. It's going to be filled at the back. All of this is going to be filled. Once we've got all the boxing in place, it's all going to be filled. That's pretty much that. I said, not too fussed about the top. You can tidy that if you want it. You can spend your time and trim around that nice and slowly. Nice and easy. Like that if you want to. And make it and tidy it up. But you're not going to see it, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just get a square cut there. In case you want to feed wires for it, if you're going to light it up or whatever you want to do with it. Once it's cut, once you've got a few cuts on that plastic, you just push it out and just bend that. And that's that. That's that pretty much done. Now when the time comes, I'll just be slotting that into there like that, gluing that in place. Once that's all glued in place like that, once I've got that all glued in place, then we're going to fill the edge, rub it down, get it all tidied up. Then once that's tidied up, strengthened up like that, tied up, strengthened up, then we're going to go to the next section. This is that section there. Do the same with that. In fact, I'm going to glue this in here now. Let's get it, stack the glue on there, put it in place, and there it's set. Drop some glue around like that. Around the edge so it's going to be touching more, hopefully. Down the sides here, we want the sides to catch. Around the sides here, really. Just add some tape on that, let it dry. Once it's all done, we're going to give it a filling up, rubbing it all down, make it all straight, and move to the next section. Right, let's get this glued in. I might speed this up while I'm doing this for you. That's it. Now we're going to drop that on top of that, put it in place. I'm going to put some weight on top of it, put it over there, put some weight on top of that, or something on top of that, hold it in place. These are your little tools here, these little clamps. These little clamps here, great little tools. Your local pound shop will sell them. Yeah, I think you get 5 or 6, maybe more. Well worth getting. Great tools, I use them all the time. I'm just going to hold that in there to make sure it holds up in place there. Weights we put in there. So let's see that on there. For now. I'll leave that as set. Now we're going to get this section here in place. Flying. The good thing about having the last Dalek I did was 2 colours, silver and black, and the meshing was just silver anyway, so I didn't touch that paint wise, except for inside the neck. I put some meshing inside the neck. And now I'm making the neck solid. I see a lot of people make these necks clear, like on Doctor Who the necks are clear, but that's so people can see out them. And that's when they're filming, there are people sitting inside them, as you know, because they're not real. And that's why they have the clear mesh on the neck so they can see out. So I'm not interested in making it so people can see out, because nobody's going to be inside the Dalek. Stick that on there like that, push, bash, bosh, put it in place, bit of glue in the fingers, drop it straight down. We're in place, we're done. We're done there. And let that sit there for a couple of seconds. Now I'm not going to push the tubing in place until that's set. I'm going to let that set like that, and then come back to that when it's dried. When it's dried, we rub it all down. Rub it down so it's straight, like that. And that's that really. I'm going to put some tape over that. Tape left, just to help it. As merry way. So after that, fit it, and go to the weaker stuff. I use frog tape because it's great stuff to use. The yellow one is great for glossing. If you're painting gloss on, the yellow one is like more of a waterproof one. If you're doing any spraying paint and you're using the green, if you're using any tape, I always make the same mistake when I'm spraying, is I try to put the coat on too quick and too fast, too thick, and I have all sorts of trouble. Put it on lightly first, very lightly, so the tape don't get wet. Nothing I could do with that now. I'm going to let them set. I'm going to be doing a bit of filling on that. I need a bit more filling around the edges of that. You need more filling around the edges here. Sections here need doing. Up here needs doing. You've seen me do this before. Here needs a bit of section doing there. Put a mark on it, because when you start getting the filler out, nothing worse than missing it. A bit needs doing there. A little bit there, a bit here, the main front of the Dalek. The good thing about this Dalek, like I was saying about the last one was silver and black, and it was hard spraying it because the silver is a hard paint to be playing around with, because if it smudges, it gets marks quite fast. So I knew it was going to be a problem, but I got around it. It was okay. If you're going for silver, work very gingerly, because you get finger marks on the silver. If you ain't got a good paint, the silver will come off. It's going to be a nice grey colour, grey and black. The good thing about this one is most of the Dalek is black, is grey, and it's just got the black bits here, and I think the black bits here, I think these bits here are black, I think that bit's black. I'm not sure about these, I think they're grey. So everything's grey, it's pretty much like that, but it's just got black and black. I'm going to change the lights. I'm not going to put the same lights as the lights I have on my Dalek. I'm changing them to another set of lights. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. It's a quick, speedy get. Yeah, but before I go, what I'll do is I'll show you the video of me making the head of the Dalek, which is over here. I made out of white plastic. I'll show you that on the video. Here it is here now. Right, I'm just going to show you what I use to form the heads and the parts of the Dalek that I'm using. Normally, I've got a master mould of the Dalek's head, and I took that on the forming machine and vacuum formed the plastic around that, as you see. The machine I'm using is called, you can see it there, the vacuum, the form box, called the form box, the machine. And that's this machine here. Right, now the green light's on, just to see it there. Now what you normally do is you put your plastic sheeting in there, and the plastic sheeting that normally comes with this is like 1mm or 0.5mm, quite thin. This is a lot thicker than what I normally stick in, that should normally go in there. I'm using this because I want the Dalek's head to be quite sturdy and strong. So while I'm working on it, so I'll stick that in there like that. And you bring this section down, lock it, both sides, lock it. And normally, if you're using the plastic, there's a timer here. I'm going to put it on, but it will stop ticking long before I'm ready to go. So when you've done that, you bring it up, like so, and the heater up here will start to melt that plastic. When you normally bring it up, you press that button there, and you get ticking. While that's ticking, let me bring the camera down so you can see. You'll get down there, that plastic will start to melt after a little while. Takes a little bit more time than usual because this plastic's a lot thicker than the plastic I would normally use. So I'm going to put it back on the tripod, a bit bumpy. There we go. Right, I think we're nearly ready now. That plastic's beginning to sag a bit there. Now it's hot as well. So I'll sit it back on the tripod because that'll be coming down soon. Right, I think that's ready. We'll put the Dalek's head in position, right in the middle there like that. A couple of more minutes, a couple more seconds I mean. We'll sag down there, ready. Here we go. Off of it. And that's the mould of the Dalek's head. What I'll do now is I'll trim all that out, cut it all out, cut the holes out, cut that out, and that's ready. And we're back in the room. There you go, Dalek's head moulded from here. So what I do is I'll get the Dremel, and I won't bother using a knife for this. I'll Dremel this out because this is quite tough plastic. I'll cut that out. I'll cut these bits here out. I'll put a bit of a fill, because I've got a little line which I meant to go back and fill that and rub it down. Just fill that line in there, along there, and then that's fine. So I just cut that out of there, rub it down. The reason why I've used a stronger plastic for the Dalek's head, this plastic here is a softer plastic. It's not as strong as this stuff. This one here is a softer plastic. This is a lot tougher, this plastic. It don't bend so easy. I usually, because it's the main part of the Dalek, the main head, and I want to work on it, I want to rub it down. You know, I'll be doing a lot of work on the head to make it look right. So I want it to be the toughest part, so that's why I use that sheet. The sheet is 1.5mm thick. And like I said, I'll just cut it out. I'll be sitting on top of there. So, Dalek's slowly going together. You can see it going together. We've got the main body, we have the shoulders in place next. Then we'll have the neck of the Dalek. Then I'll have a piece of circle inside here that holds it up as high as that one there, and then it's on top of that. So we're virtually getting there to Dalek. There's a bit of rubbing down to be done. So just a bit of rubbing down to be done there. A bit of filling. When I get to this point here, I'll just finely trim off the edges here. And just so you know, I wear this. I'm wearing a top. In case you're thinking, oh my God, this guy's scruffy. This is like an overall to me, this top here, this blue top, this thing here. every time I build a model or I do model making, I put this top on all the time. No matter what I'm doing making models, I always have a top on, just like an overall really. It's actually like my overall for modelling. And it's handy for me because if I'm painting something or I'm doing any paint work and I'm cleaning the brush, I can just put it on the top. That's what these marks are here. Well, it's clean up your brushes on the top and throw it to one side, wash it, whatever. Anyway, we're going to trim that off. Once that's all trimmed off there, then we'll sand it down. There'll be a ridge going around there. We just want to get rid of that ridge. You can either keep trimming it till it's gone. Well, that's what I would probably do, just keep trimming it till it's gone. And then once I've got so far down with that, then I'll get the sand on it. That's how I do the vacuum foaming for these parts here. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully number 4 will be very soon. We get to the next stages of building the gun sections here, and the rings that go around the neck as well we'll be working on. Then we'll get the painting starting as well. We'll get started to get this painted up. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, give us a like, tell your friends if they're model makers, and I'll see you in the next episode very soon. Thank you very much.